That is good, man.
Scrapple is not, like the name implies, it's not just scraps that are thrown into a kettle and boiled off. So today we want to talk more about what goes into our scrapple making process. And along the way, we're also going to show you how to cook it so that we can answer the question, what is scrapple? Now let's head over to our processing plant where my Uncle Ike is going to talk a little bit more about our scrapple making process, what goes into our scrapple, and how that impacts the final product.
My name's Ike Stoltzfus. Scrapple's my middle name. The way we make scrapple is you start with your pork skin, and that's for the gelatin value, and liver, and then high quality pork trimmings. It's what they use to make sausage, cooking them together. So we put that in the grinder, run it through, and in the meantime, the broth is being formulated with cornmeal, buckwheat. Buckwheat is the thickener, stirred in to break down all the flours so you don't get chunks of cornmeal in the scrapple or a chunk of buckwheat. You put that ground cooked livers, skins, and pork in with the cornmeal and buckwheat and the broth. That cooking process is a process by itself. You cook it until it thickens. When it's time to come off, you want to get it out of the kettle. Then you shut everything down. You have a stainless steel scoop that will hold about 8 pounds if you would fill it up, and you just hand scoop. Then it's chilled down, and that's where it firms up to the firmness you need to package it and sell it. Whatever is on the label is what goes in. It's all wholesome stuff. You don't have to be afraid of eating Stoltzfus Scrapple.
Scrapple is something that's growing in popularity across the United States, not just in the southeastern Pennsylvania region. As it grows in popularity, people want to know, how should I cook my scrapple? Now that we've learned a little bit more about how scrapple is made and the production process, we're going to head over to the kitchen where my dad, Myron Stoltzfus, is going to lay out the best ways to cook your scrapple.
When it comes to cooking scrapple, there's only 3 ways: deep frying, in the oven, or on a skillet on the stove. All the ways, what you're really trying to achieve when you cook scrapple, is you want a crispy outside with a soft inside. What I picked out here is about 1 pound, and I'm going to cut this into 6 pieces, preferably about 3/8 of an inch. We're going to start with putting it on a sheet pan and putting it in the oven. So I'm just going to put a little vegetable oil on here. You can also use Pam. So I'm going to prepare 2 slices like this, and the oven is preheated to 350. I'm going to go ahead and heat the skillet. Medium, high. Go ahead and drop it in there. I hope you can hear that sizzling. I am now going to heat my vegetable oil, at least 1 inch covering the bottom of the pan. Scrapple, as it's cooking, the final product will be almost a dark brown. If you're doing it in a skillet, you just don't want to overwork it. You want to let the one side finish, go ahead and flip it, and do the other side. When you put it in the oven and bake it like this, you will need to take it out and give it 1 flip. What I'm observing here, that the outside edges are getting just well done, nicely done. So I'm going to set that aside and let that cool. This is really coming along nicely and having a nice brown finish. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Okay, now for the moment of truth. So I'm starting with the deep fried. You've got a nice crust around the outside with a nice soft inside. And I'm almost breaking it apart, right? Now I'm going to go to the skillet. A nice finish around the outside with a soft inside. The cornmeal and the pieces in the scrapple are more defined. The oven presentation, I just don't like the final product as much because I prefer a little bit more of a crust out there. It's very good. For scrapple purists, this actually might be the desired way because I'm really getting a pure scrapple flavor. As my granddaughter would say, that's really beautiful scrapple. One time we were at the cabin, I was cooking sausage, and I left her take it out of the pan. And I said, man, that's really great sausage. I said, that's nice. And she said, "It's beautiful." I said, "I know, it's a sausage." No, she said, "Me taking this out is beautiful."
Thanks for joining us as we learned a bit more about how Scrapple is made and how to correctly prepare it in your kitchen. If you'd like to order some of our Scrapple, you can find it online on our website, www.stoltzfusmeats.com. We also, of course, offer a wide array of products in our retail store located in Intercourse, Pennsylvania and Newcastle, Delaware. If you have an idea of a product that you'd like to see featured in our next video, please feel free to drop a comment below. We'd appreciate it. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you next time.